Kami and yokai are a part of Japanese history, so it's natural they'd be a part of Japanese cinema. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Japanese mythology movies. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at films from Japan that are based on or feature elements from Japanese mythology or folklore. Some filmmakers have explored this a lot, so to be fair, we're limiting it to one film per director. Number 10, To the Forest of Firefly Lights. This tender and touching anime tells of a little girl named Hotaru who gets lost in a forest filled with magical spirits. One of them, whose name is Gin, and who has the appearance of a young man wearing a mask, ends up befriending her. There's a complication, of course. Gin will disappear forever if a human touches him. This makes theirs a hands-off relationship, which becomes more difficult as Hotaru matures into a young woman. Yamagami and yokai, also known as mountain spirits and supernatural apparitions, are in abundance, making this lovely short film an easy choice for our list. Number 9, Yokai Monsters, Spook Warfare. The horror film has long been popular in Japan, and many films in this genre have roots in mythology and folklore. Spook Warfare was the second of 3 Yokai Monsters films produced by Daiei Motion Picture Company. It was also the one in which yokai had the most prominent role. In this film, the yokai must mount an offensive against a vampiric demon that is threatening their land, giving it the flavor of the ancient Japanese folktale of Momotaro. Yokai came in many different forms. In this film, they range from the kappa or river imp to the blob-like Nupeppo to the scary Futakuchi Onna, which in this film has a second face on the back of its head. Number 8, A Letter to Momo.
おいらカズオに会うんだな。
何言ってんの？お父さんはいないんだよ。
11-year-old Momo has recently suffered the death of her beloved father, when 3 yokai turn up and start causing trouble. These yokai were once gods, but they were turned into yokai for improper deeds they performed.
モモの上に座っちゃったな。
Eventually, Momo and the yokai end up helping each other. Momo finds a way out of the despair and sorrow she feels from her father's death. The yokai, meanwhile, are forced to help Momo, which helps them escape their own punishment. This graceful yet funny anime captures a rare sense of magic and awe, which makes both the serious and the silly moments work beautifully. Number 7, The Great Yokai War. Spook Warfare drew on elements of the tale of Momotaro, but the Great Yokai War is more clearly a retelling of this famous legend. In the film, a young boy named Tadashi finds himself thrust into a heroic role.
この剣を抜くとき、初めて真のキリン宗師となり、この世に平和をもたらすんじゃ。
A demon named Kato wants to get revenge on modern Japan, which it feels has turned its back on its culture. He thus marshals the forces of some evil yokai. Tadashi, meanwhile, must band together forest creatures and spirits to oppose Kato and his forces. The variety of yokai in the film is quite impressive, and the effects are very believable, making this an impressive specimen of a film.
戻れ。いよいよ始まる。
Number 6, Ugetsu.
まだ言ってるのか。つまらない望みは捨てろ。俺は町まで車引っ張っていく。いい加減にしないわ、バカ野郎。
Long considered a classic of Japanese cinema, Ugetsu is also well known for the distinct impression it made upon Western audiences. Set in the 16th century, this eerie ghost story concerns 2 peasants, each of which has dreams that exceed their circumstances. Both go through strange adventures, especially Genjiro, whose story has supernatural elements.
たとえあなた様がおののけ魔性のものでも構わん。もはや様話しますけれど。
He falls in love with a ghost, and later returns to find his own wife has also become a ghost. Ugetsu is blessed by sensitive and masterful direction by Kenji Mizoguchi, which combines the supernatural with the tragic to create a true masterpiece. Number 5. Onibaba.
この世でみだらなことをしたもんはあの世へ行って畜生道へ落ちるそうじゃ。
Director Kaneto Shindo's later film, Kuroneko, is an excellent ghost story, but Onibaba is even better. Although the plot sounds like something out of the Twilight Zone, it actually derives from an old Buddhist parable.
そんなに見たいか。
見せてくだされ。
During a time of war, a young woman and an older woman work together to kill soldiers and sell their belongings. One night, the older woman steals a demon mask from a victim and uses it to try to scare away the young woman's lover. But afterwards, she finds that the mask has horribly disfigured her face. What makes Onibaba especially effective is the way that it hints at the supernatural without explicitly featuring it.
驚くな。わしは人間だ。鬼ではない。
Number 4. Dreams. An episodic retelling of many dreams by the genius director Akira Kurosawa. Dreams is as hazy and gauzy as its namesake, but with visceral power.
それはお前が気を失ってる時に見た
There are 8 different tales in this anthology film, many of which connect with mythology and folklore. Foxes, which are important creatures in Japanese folktales, dolls possessed by tree spirits, the famous Japanese snow spirit, and mutated humans who now appear like Japanese horned demons all figure prominently.
君は鬼か
そうかもしれねえ。
There's an inevitable variation in quality between the various stories, but together they paint a haunting and fascinating picture.
この村は何という村ですか
名前なんかないよ。
Number 3. The Tale of the Princess Kaguya.
Princess, come here. Princess, come here.
Based on the oldest Japanese prose narrative known to humanity, this beautiful animated flick has a heroine that may remind Western viewers of Thumbelina.
Oh my, she's such a beautiful little princess. It's a miracle.
A tiny girl is found inside a stalk of bamboo and is adopted by the bamboo cutter and his wife. She grows to be a beautiful young woman and later reveals that she's actually from the moon.
When I'm forced to go back to the moon, do I finally remember why I came here?
The film details her struggle between her twin desires to remain on Earth and return to the moon. Along the way, many mystical and folkloric creatures and spirits are discussed, evoked, or seen. Number 2. Kaiden.
昔、京都に若い武士がいた。
Recipient of the Special Jury Prize at the Cannes Film Festival, Kaiden is an anthology film that centers around 4 eerie Japanese folktales. In the first, a man reconciles with the wife he left long ago, only to later discover she is long dead. In the second, another man finds that the woman he married is actually a snow spirit he encountered years ago.
私はただでは他ないから。
A blind musician has his ear stolen by a ghost in the third, and the fourth features apparitions that keep appearing in a watchman's cup of tea. Masaki Kobayashi's stylized, expressionistic direction makes these simple tales bone-chilling, and an absolute must-watch for fans of Japanese cinema.
いや、それがしに見覚えなしとは聞こえん。本朝それがしに非道な機会をお加えなすったではござらんか。
Before we reveal our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions. Number 1. Princess Mononoke.
You cannot alter your fate, my prince. However, you can rise to meet it if you choose.
Hayao Miyazaki is one of the most brilliant anime directors ever, and much of his work, like the Oscar-winning Spirited Away, has ties to Japanese mythology. This is especially true of the incredible Princess Mononoke, an epic set in the 16th century.
Please, leave our village alone! Stop, please!
The basic story concerns the efforts of a prince who, while looking for the cure to his curse, ends up brokering peace between a human settlement and the creatures, many of them mythological, in the forest that surrounds it. Demons, forest spirits, boar gods, and many other folkloric and mythological creatures abound in the telling of this tale. Miyazaki has never been in better form, and his work here makes this into an exciting, charming, and haunting classic.
You'll have to hurry, or it could mean the end of all of us! Go on now.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.